Hi guys, on this video, I'm going to teach you how to create an Ionic project. But before that, we're going to discuss some few things before we can start. Start with PWAs. So dati diniscuss na natin yung hybrid apps. So si PWA or si Progressive Web Apps is same lang naman siya kay hybrid apps. It functions or it is a normal web application that looks and feels a bit like a native mobile app. So, hindi mo na siya kailangan i-download sa Play Store or pwede rin naman kung gusto mong gumawa ng downloaded na file or na installer para mag-trigger dun sa app. Or pwede nyo rin siyang buksan using any browser na merong capabilities for Ionic. So, ano nga ba yung mga advantage nito? First is reliable. So, it can load fast and provide offline functionality. So, yung function na to is optimize siya para maging reliable sa kadahilanan na ang ginagawa ng app na to is pini-preload na niya yung features niya doon sa ating devices. So that kapag gagamitin natin siya or gagamitin natin ulit yung functions na yon is hindi na ganun katagal yung loading time niya dahil nga nandun na siya. And pwede rin yun na mag-function siya ng offline or yung mga parts niya na mag-function ng offline. For example, yung Waze. 'Di ba yung Waze kapag nag-search na kayo ng destination ninyo and fully reliable si Waze guys sa sa internet natin. Pero pagka na-search na ninyo yung pupuntahan nyo or yung destination nyo, kahit i-turn off ninyo yung mobile data nyo or Wi-Fi, you can still navigate and the app still functions. Yun nga lang, may mga walang features. Kaya, yung iba gumagana siya ng fully online and yung iba naman, parts lang niya yung gumagana ng offline. Next is fast. So, it can respond quickly to user actions. Dahil nga preloaded na po yung mga functions niya kapag na-open na natin siya, mabilis din siya makakapag-react dun sa action ni user. And then next is engaging. So, it feels like a native app on mobile device. So, dito guys, ini-utilize or pwede nang ma-utilize yung mga native features ng mobile devices ninyo. Such as yung ginagamit natin for location, which is yung ating GPRS module, or meron din naman tayo yung sa pag-text or sa pag-receive ng text messages or tawag using GSM modules. And then, meron din naman yung for example yung sa camera natin or yung sa gyroscope ng phone. So, those native features can be utilized using this method of coding or programming using Ionic. With Ionic, you can build progressive apps. You can also build a normal web app which isn't particularly fast or can tap on to normal native devices features. And you can also get a real native app out of this to get a broader audience. So, pwede din tayong gumawa ng downloadable version ng apps na gagawin natin kay Ionic. So, this is the diagram on how the progressive web app enhance the usability or the user features of your web application. So, progressively enhance mobile web apps to look and feel like a native app. Ionic platform. So, yung Ionic platform natin is all about Ionic, which is at its core are set of web components. Yung web components naman guys ay yun yung technology na supported ng mga modern browsers natin, which allows developers to basically build your own HTML elements that behind the scene have more complex logic. Something like tab components which the users can toggle with different tabs. So pwede rin naman tayong gumawa guys ng sarili nating web components. Yun nga lang, parang ano lang yan, parang pagluluto lang yan, for example, ng menudo. So, pwede tayong bumili sa palengke ng kamatis, tapos tapak-tapakan natin or kakrush natin, tapos natin lulutuin to make our own tomato sauce. Pero gaya ng sa scenario natin na yun, pwede naman tayong bumili ng gawa na or ready to use na tomato sauce. So same lang din po siya kay Ionic. We have already we have components that are already available to use. So in the past, you could build something like this on your own by writing your own HTML. Magdadagdag tayo ng sarili nating CSS, tapos sarili nating JavaScript logic or kung ano pa man. Pero si Ionic guys, binibigay na niya sa atin yung functional package of in a finished ready-to-use web component. So ginagamit na siya ng maraming programmers and is a lot of web components you can use. That is the core of Ionic. The use of nicely styled platform agnostics and automatically adjusting so that you'll have automatic look of your web components which you can dump into your web projects. So these HTML elements could be built by you, but in Ionic, you don't have to. You get a finished viewed web components. Okay, so yun po yung platform ni Ionic. So from Ionic, meron tayong mga web components available. Those are custom HTML elements. And then, what you see on the screen. Ibig sabihin, pwede natin gamitin yung mga web components na yun and automatically, yun na yung makikita ng mga users natin. Understanding Ionic ecosystem. So, si Ionic guys, hindi lang siya web components. Si Ionic din, or Ionic, is also the name of the company which developed these components. And this company has more than just this component suite. It also worked on a tool called or named Capacitor. So, si Capacitor guys is basically tool siya na meron siyang capabilities na yung web natin, yung web application natin, and then yung web application natin, ginagawa niyang available para i-trigger yung mga native features ng ating application. So, in the end, meron siyang feel ng native mobile app. Tapos, nagra-run pa rin naman siya as web app. So, indistinguishable yung sa user dun sa normal web app saka dun sa normal native app natin. Because it is a normal native app which has web applications included in it, but it looks and feels like a regular mobile app which you could build with the native mobile controls. Ang inam din guys ni Capacitor, natitrigger niya guys yung mga native components natin or yung native features natin sa phone. Dati, kapag nagpo-program tayo or gumagawa tayo ng sarili nating mobile application, you need to write those codes manually. For example, yung pag-turn on ng camera, yung paggamit guys ng GPS module natin, yung paggamit ng GSM module, etc. Lahat ng native features ng ating device is i-code natin siya manually. Depende pa yun guys dun sa version ng OS na ginagamit natin. But by using Capacitor, ginagamit natin yung mga Ionic features natin para i-trigger yung mga native features natin. Siya na yung gumagawa nun para sa atin. So, si Capacitor guys is basically derived siya from Cordova. Cordova po yung gamit before. Kapag meron tayong JavaScript na, may logic tayo ng JavaScript na gumagamit ng native feature, si Cordova po yung ginagamit natin. Basically, si Capacitor is just a modern version of that, which is built by the people at Ionic who has a lot of experience with that, who used Cordova in the past. But now, they have their own solution, which is faster, easy to use, and make building native mobile apps easy. Kasi nga, yung compatibility niya is nandun talaga dahil gawa mismo siya ng mga tao sa Ionic. So, yung configuration, yung paglalapat mismo ng capacitor is directly tied up dun sa mga web components natin. So, hindi tayo mamumroblema para sa mga errors or compatibility issues. It also allows us to build our web apps and run in on a device as a native mobile app rather than just a website opened in the browser. So, para na talaga siyang native app. Ionic ecosystem also use CLI or command line interface, which can work with other CLIs like Angular CLI or yung CLI ng vanilla JavaScript if ever you're familiar with, which can be used behind the scenes, which help us to create Ionic project, manage them, and then use Capacitor to make our web app works like a native app. So, ginawa na ni Ionic karamihan ng trabaho para sa atin. So, it is faster and easier to create. And makakagawa na tayo ng web app na okay or na pasok na agad yung functions niya by using those features alone. So, ito guys yung ating Ionic ecosystem. So, na-discuss natin kanina yung Ionic platforms. We have Ionic, yung web components natin, and then yun yung makikita natin sa screen. While si Capacitor naman, yung web features natin is kino-convert or kino-connect na niya dun sa native mobile natin. So, yung web app natin, running na siya as mobile native app. And then, we can use other CLIs like Ionic CLI para mag-manage nung app natin and para gumawa ng workflow. So, nagagamit natin siya for creation, live reload, building, and optimization. With Ionic, not only you could build web applications which you can convert to mobile apps or even desktop apps if you want to. Ionic also offers premium and cloud services, with some of them are paid while others are free. So, yung mga premium features ni Ionic is, syempre, they have to make money on some way. Pero using those free features alone can get you a long way. Sa cloud services naman guys, they're offering now some startup kit or meron silang offer na pay as you go. So, hindi mo kailangan gumastos ng malaki while using them. Pwede kayong gumamit ng cloud functions which we will be discussing on our next lesson or kung sa mga susunod na lesson man. Andun yung mga cloud services na pwede natin gamitin. So, these services allows you to build your app in the cloud. For example, you want to build iOS apps on Windows. This will be possible with these services, and they have other services for easier development and previewing, which you can view on their official website or web page. An Ionic project. By understanding how the Ionic platform is utilized and how to use the Ionic ecosystem, we can build an Ionic project. So, pagka gumagawa tayo guys ng sarili nating progressive web app, first is we need to have our own web app. So, gagawa tayo ng web app natin. So, pwede tayong gumawa nun using frameworks like Angular, vanilla JavaScript, etc. We can also add, pero optional lang naman yun, front-end framework. So, available din naman siya kay Angular or other frameworks. And then, we add Ionic framework to set Ionic components. So, doon na natin inilalagay sa Ionic. And then, which also happen to have web components added to Zap. So, yung Zap, guys, is Z something protocol or feature siya. Yun guys yung ginagamit natin or ginagamit sa IT world for checking the security. Kasi kapag once na meron kang mga login or meron kang nilalagay na sensitive information, dapat tinetest yun using penetration test. So, automatically recognized na siya ng ZAP. And then, with very little effort, so that the app already looked nice and has a lot of capabilities, which would be quite a lot of work kung tayo mismo yung gagawa. You can create your own components by stencil or by using stencil. Yun din guys yung tool na ginagamit ng Ionic to develop web components. In the end, you can build different kind of apps based on your preferred code base. Yun nga lang guys, we will not be discussing stencil siguro dito sa subject nito because it will take us for too long para i-discuss yun. Pero don't worry, if you do have questions about that, I can help you. Okay? So this is possible by using capacitor or Cordoba, which can be used together or separately. So what this tool does is it acts like a bridge between our web code and our native platform. So gaya nga nung na-discuss natin kanina. This is the visual representation of the process on creating an Ionic project. So first, we need to have our base application or our web app, so your code. And then, it is optional to have, but I highly suggest na gumamit tayo ng front-end framework para mas madali na lang din tayo makagawa ng design natin. Then, we do have Ionic framework. And then, after that, we use capacitor para i-trigger po yung mga native features na kailangan natin for our app. And then, i-open na po natin siya or makakagawa na tayo ng PWA or Progressive Web App na nag-a-act as a native application. Okay, so to start with, kailangan natin ng mga tools para gumawa ng sarili nating Ionic project. Okay, so first thing we need to have is Node.js. So, kailangan natin to guys para sa NPM or if magpapublish na tayo ng project natin. So, all you have to do is go to nodejs.org and then i-redirect nyo na po tayo dun sa page nila where you can download Node.js. So, pwede nyo pong i-download yung LTS version for the updated version and then the stable version, or we have the current version or yung pinakabago nila. If hindi po gumana yung pinakabago nila or yung current nila, you can still download yung LTS version. Okay, so you only have to do the only thing you have to do is just to click the button for ang dinownload ko po dito is current. Then after which, click nyo lang po yung na-download ninyo and then run. So mag-i-install na yan guys. So straightforward lang naman yung installation niya. So I'll be back kapag ka na-install na tong sa akin. Okay, so now I have the current version of Node.js. Then pupunta naman po tayo sa webpage or sa website ni Ionic para kuhanin or mag-install tayo ng Ionic sa system natin. Okay, so unlike Node.js, you don't have to download anything from their page. So, all you have to do is to go to ionicframework.com and then, ikakopy po natin yung nakalagay po na syntax dito. And then, punta lang po tayo sa ating command prompt. After that, paste lang po natin sa command prompt natin yung code. And then, press enter. So, ayun. If you can see, nagbago po yung lumabas instead na command na yung command prompt na yung nakalagay dun sa title ng window is lumalabas po na nasa NPM na tayo. So, dun po pumapasok yung yung pag-download po natin nung Node.js. So, hintayin lang po natin siyang ma-install and then we're good to create our Ionic project. Okay, so nakapag-install na tayo or na-install na natin globally yung Ionic framework dun sa ating system, so we can start on creating our own Ionic project. So all you have to do is start or type in Ionic start. Doon po sa folder po na gusto natin paglagyan ng project natin. So for this instance, sige, try muna natin mag-redirect. Okay, so nagpunta muna ako sa folder ng documents kasi doon ko gustong ilagay yung project na gagawin ko. Then after that, pwede na tayong mag-type in ng Ionic start to create our project. Okay, so the first thing the system will ask you is use the app creation wizard. So mayroon pong option ngayon si Ionic na lumalabas na pwede nyo pong pilian dun sa may website nila or dun sa webpage na i-redirect or pagre-redirectan sa inyo kung ano yung gusto nyo template. So, pwede naman po yung ganun. And also, you can use or you can choose the framework that you want to use. Pero, since I'm going to teach you how to create it on your own, so no po muna yung pipiliin natin. Okay? Then, after which, papapiliin po tayo ni Ionic ng framework na gagamitan natin. So, ang option po natin is si Angular, si React, si Vue. Since yung ating pong lesson is PWA since Angular po yung gagamitin natin, so I will choose Angular. Then after that, tatanungin niya po ako kung ano yung gusto kong name na ilagay para sa project. So, I will just type sample Ionic. Okay, so itatanong niya tayo guys or magtatanong si system kung ano ba yung gusto natin na template na paggagayahan. If we would like to use tabs, side menu, kung gusto natin may side menu na agad, blank, or list, and my first app. So, for this instance, since hindi naman na first time ninyong gumawa, so mag-start tayo sa blank. Ayan. So, hintayin lang natin ma-prepare yung project natin. And then, lalabas naman siya or magre-redirect naman siya sa browser natin if ever man na matapos na or lumabas na yung notification na okay na yung project natin. Okay, so, after mag-build ni Ionic nung project natin, so pwede na natin siyang i-initialize. So, ang first thing na gagawin natin para ma-initialize yung project natin is pumunta muna tayo dun sa folder or sa location kung nasaan yung project natin. So, sabi ko nga, diba, nag-change directory tayo to documents and then mag-change directory tayo para mapunta tayo dun sa folder na ginawa natin. Okay, so, after natin mapunta dun sa may folder na yun, clear screen ko lang para makita natin yung details ulit. Then, we only need to type Ionic cert. So, after that, lalabas na or magra-run na po yung Ionic project natin. Huwag nyo po muna i-close yung window po sa may command prompt kasi may trick po akong ipapakita sa inyo later on. Okay, so now, buksan natin yung project natin. So, ito po yung lalabas. So, we do have our blank project. Tapos, ready to create an app. So, merong add po dito. Pero, hindi na muna natin siya papakialaman. So, usually po, paiba-iba yung nakalagay dyan. Depende po kay Ionic kung ano po yung pinopromote nila. Okay, so, pagka tinignan natin guys, okay naman na siya. I mean, it's a working site. Working na po yung project natin. It is an actual application na rin. So, okay naman. We use the preloaded text and yung UI natin. So, pwede pa natin siyang baguhin. Okay? So, hindi naman yan yung limitations lang nun. Hindi yung pagka nakagawa tayo ng app is yan na yun. So, pwede natin siyang baguhin using text editor or code editor. So, for that, we're going to use Visual Studio Code. Okay, so punta lang po tayo sa code.visualstudio.com. So lalabas po doon yung website where we can download the Visual Studio Code. So pipili lang po tayo dito and just click download. Then after that, mag-i-install na siya. Okay, so after we've downloaded and installed Visual Studio Code, so all we have to do is to go to our project. So pwede tayong mag-open na file and then open folder. So after that, lahat po nung pwede nating i-edit na text or na file is lalabas na sa kanya. So we do have folder for Angular, for Node.js, and then source. So for now, i-open muna natin yung source. Okay, so pagka-open po natin ng folder, we just need to click app, and then lalabas po doon is yung home, and then yung home page po natin is ito, home.page.html. So ito po yung nakikita nung user natin. So pwede na po tayo magdagdag dito ng kung ano man gusto nating ilagay. So for example, babaguhin natin yung title. So pwede natin ilagay dito sample Ionic. And then pwede natin baguhin yung laman niya kanina, which is natin this is an example of Ionic project. Okay, so pwede na nating alisin tong link para dun sa may ads nila kanina. Okay. Then after that, all you have to do is save. Okay, so kanina guys, hindi ko pinabago or hindi ko pina-exit yung sa may command prompt. The reason why is kasing nag-a-update si automatic po nag-a-update si Ionic project natin when Ionic project is or when the window for the Ionic project is still on. So kaya hindi ko po ina-exit ito para automatically ma-implement yung ginagawa kong changes. Okay? So, quick tip, hindi natin kailangan i-download siya or i-open siya agad sa mga devices natin. Habang ginagawa natin siya, pwede na natin makita yung view niya kapag dun po siya sa screen ng mga mobile devices. So, all you have to do is to click here, yung tatlong dots na yan. And then, may lalabas po. You just need to click more tools and then developer tools. After which, lalabas na po siya. Nandito po yung details ng page natin. And also, pagka-click po natin ito, and so ganyan po yung unang lalabas dyan talaga. Pero pagka-click po natin itong tabi ng elements na to, okay, pasensya na kayo guys, medyo naglalag siya. Okay, so pagka-click natin to, pwede na natin piliin kung saan natin siya i-view. So, meron tayong iPhone SE, iPhone 12, meron tayong Samsung para sa mga Android natin, and then yung iPad, tas iPad mini para makita natin siya sa different ratio ng screen. So, for example, we choose iPhone 12. Okay, so ayun, nakita ninyo slightly different siya dahil dun sa size nung sa screen. Or if you want to check it, or if you want to check the view on it on iPad Air, so ayan, medyo mas malaki na siya. Okay, so ayan, that's a quick tip. So, example ulit guys, for example, gusto natin siyang baguhin, tapos gusto natin mag-reflect agad sa kanya yung changes. Okay? So, for example, ito, baguhin natin ito. Lang, sabihin na natin Ionic yung gusto natin ilagay. Okay, so Ionic, then I'll just hit save. Okay, so wala na kung kailangan gawin sa kanya, automatically mag-a-update yan. Okay, so as you can see, nag-refresh na siya. So ayun, nabago na po. Sample Ionic, tapos Ionic yung lalabas dun sa may title niya dun sa toolbar. So that's it. Yun po muna for this lesson. For next lesson po, mag-e-edit na tayo or mag-a-add na tayo ng other elements and web components dun sa ating Ionic project. So, see you guys again for our next lesson. Bye!